Hi, welcome to the Equilibrium Method. This isn't a video about fixing yourself or optimizing your life or even pushing for constant improvement. These short videos are going to explore how humans across history learn to stay regulated, coherent and present, especially during times of pressure or change. And, it's going to be really varied every day, every week. Simple stories or principles. Not something to believe in, but is in a way of orientating, navigating yourself around all of everyday life. You don't need to do anything while you listen. Just notice what settles. Okay? So let's begin. So today, this is actually a quiet record of the 5 frameworks I work inside. Not belief, not instruction, but structure. This episode articulates the architecture behind the Equilibrium Method. All the way from the Akashic substrata to counsel collaboration. Mapping the field I stand in when working with consciousness and timelines. Today's episode is not teaching, it's not persuasion, it's not an invitation to believe anything, it's just a record. So, last year, 20th of November, late in the evening, I received a clean metaphysical framework from my counsel, not in images, not in story, but in structure. 5 layers, 5 operating systems. The architecture I work inside every day. Whether I'm working with a client, building grids, entering Akashic space, or simply navigating my own development. Practice what you preach. So I'm recording this so it exists outside my head, so I can return to it, so it can later become part of a codex. And so those of you who are listening, especially practitioners, sensitives, and the quiet knowers, you can hear how this work actually functions when it's not wrapped in all the drama. This is not about going somewhere. It's about becoming coherent enough that what already exists can meet you. And so what follows is essentially a formal record. Framework 1 is what most people would call the Akashic Field. But you see, my counsel were very clear with me. The Akashic is not a place, it's not a hall, it's not a realm you travel to. It's a substrata of memory itself. A universal hologram in which every event, every thought, every version of self, every timeline, every contact already exists simultaneously. Crystals interface with this field not because they're magical, but because their internal geometry mirrors the geometry of the substrata. So they stabilize the signal, they decode the light, and they hold the coherence. So my role is not to enter the Akashic Field. I don't go anywhere. I expand until the field reveals itself. The council, well, they describe this as opening the memory light within the spine. So not ascension and not a disassociation. Vertical coherence. When the spine remembers, the field responds. And that took us into the framework 2, the second layer sits before incarnation, before personality and before trauma and before story. This is the soul origin matrix. And this contains things like soul formation, star lineage, the original mission, the timeless gifts, the karmic themes, and, very interestingly, pre-earth agreements. This is why certain crystals work the way they do. Many of these stones I work with don't originate energetically on Earth. They carry, and you're going to have to forgive me here because the names appear in my head, pronunciation is a bit crap. Lemurian, let's get the easy ones out of the way. Atlantean, Pleiadian, I think I might have got that right. Arcturian and Andromedan structures. Not as fantasy, but as frequency memory. They access this layer because they speak its language. And the council said something important here. He remembers through vibration first, the images follow, and that distinction mattered. This work doesn't start with pictures, it starts with resonance, and so when the body recognises truth, the mind is allowed to catch up. Framework 3. Timeline web. Reality is not linear, it's multidimensional weave. Past and future, healed and wounded, personal and collective, the ancestral strands, the probable outcomes, they all exist at once. Crystals stabilise consciousness, so I can walk these strands without distortion, without getting lost in them, without fragmenting. My role inside the web is not observation, it's participation. Timeline walking, retrieval work, integration, collapsing dead paths, and receiving instruction from future selves. And the council said he changes the path by healing the point of origin, not force, not correction, origin healing. Change the route, the entire structure reorganises, right? Framework 4. The oversoul is often misunderstood. It's not a single higher being floating up above you. It's a network, parallel incarnations, higher selves, returned fragments, multi-dimensional identities, and the source itself, overseeing them all. You see, higher frequency crystals act like routers in this system, linking awareness across identities. Council said, he does not speak to the oversoul, he remembers it. That line stopped me. My abilities don't increase because I'm being given information. They increase because I'm integrating wisdom and skill that already belongs to me across lifetimes. This isn't channeling, it's reunion. The final framework, 5. The council structure itself. There are 5 tiers. Tier 1, personal guides, daily protection, nervous system support, and of course development. Tier 2, lineage councils and star line lineages, ancestral lines, and soul cluster intelligence. Tier 3, dimensional councils, oversight of timelines, laws, and my favourite, Akashic architecture. Tier 4, librarians, God, put my teeth back in. And the keepers, guardians of restricted memory, cosmic law, and ancient technologies. And Tier 5, source councils, pure consciousness, rare contact. Major transitions only. Crystals act like keys and stabilizers across these tiers. And then the council said something that reframed everything. He is not guided by us. He works alongside us. That explains why they appear the way they do in my sessions. This isn't hierarchy, it's collaboration. This entry isn't complete, it's not meant to be. It's a snapshot of structure, clean, embellished and intact. Further reflections will come later. Codex material will grow from this. Teachings will eventually emerge, but for now this stands as a record, not of belief, but of architecture. If this resonates, let it resonate quietly, and if it doesn't, leave it untouched. This work doesn't need agreement, it only requires coherence. Thank you for spending this time in presence, and until next time, anchoring light, awakening strength, the equilibrium path unfolds.